What's happening, all you beautiful people? Your boy, the Vuslap, is in the building, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for joining in on another episode of the Pentagon Challenge. We've got a lot to talk about. So, first of all, I apologize. I know I said I'm coming back for the first game of the seasons. I did. I just forgot to record or press record. So, apologies for that. So this is actually supposed to be the second video of the league, but it's now going to be the first video of the league. It's the first time you guys get to see the club, which is absolutely fantastic. Without further ado, hit subscribe, get notified, tell your lovers, haters, everybody in between, baby. Let's switch to the game. Here we are at the game, Al Najma, and we're taking on Al Misera today in what could only be a little bit of a classic, I feel. I feel like this is a match that I want to say classic. I mean, let's be honest, Al Misera, we kind of should be beating them. It is a King's Cup match. We're playing in I think they're in the 4th division. Yeah, they're in the 4th division, so we should be winning that. And our second game of the season, of this episode, is against Al Arabi Sports Club. Of course, our arch nemesis. We'll explain a little bit about them, why it doesn't list it and all that in a little bit. Yeah, so that's it. Let's quickly just do the transfer news for you guys. We did have a couple of players leaving the club. The likes of Degari is one probably I'm going to miss the most, or I was going to miss the most, let me put it like that, but it seems like we have found a way to get by without him. We'll go through all the details of how we've done in the club so far. We've changed in tactics, we've moved things around. That is a big loss for us. He went to Al Daria. Another big loss was Al Said. I really like this guy, and we could really have used him in the system that we're currently using. Could have definitely used him. And another big one that we kind of lost, I feel like we should mention him, is Rashid Al-Dosari, our right back. He was going to be our starting right back, but with Jesus Egala also leaving, we desperately needed another right back to come in, and we found that right back in Al-Faraj here. Al-Faraj, probably not the best right back in the world, but he is damn good, and I like him a lot. We also brought in a couple of other defenders into the team. First, notably, the first two, by the way, were brought in before my time. In fact, the first 3 were brought in before my time. But the one player they did bring in, who's a very good right back as one in his own right, but we're going to be using him as a defensive midfielder instead, because he's actually very good as a DM ball-winning midfielder, or even as a defensive midfielder. Other than his passing, he is actually very, very good, is Faid Al-Abbas here. So that's where we've been using him as a DM. We also then can talk quick about Al-Mari, a right winger, using him as an attacking midfielder. He's all right. I mean, don't expect much game time. Emile Legault, another right back. Probably will look to try and ship him off sometime soon. I don't really understand why they brought him in. He's not that good, and it's taking up one of my international slots. And then we started the signing. We started first with Al Karni, another DM. This was basically to replace Degari in the squad. We could do with another DM as well. That is a section. One player that I had a lot of hype about signing, hasn't really come to the forefront yet, is Asane Sek at the moment. You can see he's played 9 games, hasn't scored, hasn't assisted, 6.48 only, which isn't great, to be completely honest. And then a centre-back who I'm extremely excited about, has performed quite well, Edgar De La Torre, jumping reach of 15, headering of 8, not great, but he can jump really, really high, and he's very aggressive, which I love in a centre-back, and a nice, tall, beefy lad. Indeed, the Mexican youngster coming into the squad. We then also signed another attacking midfielder in Saif Rashad, and unlike Sek, this man has hit the ground running. 9 appearances, 3 goals, 1 assist in the league, plus an extra goal in the King's Cup. I was expecting big things from him, and he has, in fact, delivered them big things. And then the final signing is a goalkeeper in Sheik Fall. 9 played, 14 conceded, and 1 clean sheet. He had a bit of a turbulent start to the season, and I feel like that's mainly on me for playing such a poor tactic defensively, and I guess attackively as well. So we can have a quick look at that, what I'm talking about. So you can see the first handful of games, it was 3 games, we didn't score a single, we scored 1 goal and conceded 4 in those games. I'll show you the tactic in a bit. But yeah, we lost to Radwa, Hajar, and Al Hazam. I then switched up the tactic, and we've been on a bit of a winning streak, except for the last 2 games. We beat Al Sawari 4-1 in that one. We drew with Al Oraba 2-2. We then beat Al Riyadh 2-1. We beat Ohad 3-2. And most recently lost to Al Abdallah 1-0 and Al Najum 4-1. Now, this Al Najum game, I don't know what happened in it because we were dominating the first half. We were really doing well. They were 2-1 up at halftime, but we were the better team. I mean, we had something like 80-something% possession. I think we had like 14 shots in this game in total in that first half, and then we just absolutely crumbled in the second half when the subs came on. And that's been a bit of a problem in our subs. So this is the tactic that we are currently using. You would have seen the previous one, the one that conceded all those goals and didn't score much. So this is what we're going with 3 attacking midfielders. We've got the defense on fullbacks on support, Del Torre and Bughammer as the centre backs, Abdullah Dasari and Al Abbas in the midfield, and then up front, Al Dasari, Rashid, Al Harthi, and another Al Dasari. I actually want to change their names because I realize we have 3 Al Dasaris, and it makes it very difficult indeed to really figure out who is who. So we're going to have Ahmed and Abdullah as 2 of them, and the other one can stay as Al Dasari. Reason being is I can't pronounce his first name, so in case you're wondering. So he becomes Al Dasari, Ahmed and Abdullah rock up there as well. I wanted to say he's the oldest as well, but he's not. Abdullah is the oldest. So yeah, our biggest concern is just lack in depth, I guess, because once we bring off players, we don't really have the quality of players on the bench to come forward. Left back position, we kind of sorted with Hakimi and Al Najim. They're both decent enough to really impact the game, but as centre backs, we don't really have much in terms of who we can bring in. Defensive midfield position, we are very, very short on that one. And then up front, as a striker, we don't really have a great player. I have scouted a couple of people. We are continuing to scout people. We have a couple of, there is 2 strikers on this list here. I'm just waiting for more information. First one, Amir Ganbari, a Iranian striker. Looks like he could be absolutely fantastic. At 21 years old, he is a foreigner, which means we'll have to sell one of our current foreigners. I did say Legume is one of them. Torres is another one, the Liechtensteiner Frenchman. Here's another player that I'm looking very forward to, Ali Saad, Libyan international. Has 3 caps for Libya already and a goal. It looks like he could be absolutely fantastic. So we're just waiting on him. And then the last one that I looked at that as a potential striker is Ondino Vigo, a Brazilian striker, who at the moment is the #1 choice because we've kind of fully scouted him. I like the looks of him. I think he can develop a little bit better. There might be a world where I buy 2 or 3 of them and then maybe trade them off or loan them off, rather not trade them off, loan them off. Another player that I kind of want as a replacement for Bughammer is Jay Stevens here. It'll be a like-for-like swap, really. I'm just waiting to scout him forward. The reason that is Bughammer wants to leave the club. He's decided he doesn't want to stay. And you know what? There is interest in him. We might try and sell him off a little bit earlier than we wanted to. With that all being said and done and dusted, it is time to take on the Al Masira. We are playing at home. So let's go look at our home stadium quickly. And here is this area, Unazi. You can see it's near the Reef Daimi Cheyenne Park. I guess that's the biggest landmark there. It's the biggest light writing there. In terms of where it is in Saudi Arabia, it is literally smack bang in the middle of Saudi Arabia. We were there originally by where Bahrain is, that line of Dam. That's where we were. You can see if we got Al Khaif, that's it. So literally travel along the 80, I guess, into Riyadh, and then up from Riyadh, you'll find us. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Let's have a look at our stadium. Now, I did have to look at the stadium. Let's zoom in. So the name that it says on the game is not the same name that we actually play at. Am I lost? Nazi, there it is. We play on the side, yeah. There it is. All right, so it is not the same name. I had to Google it and find out. We play at the Al Nanja Sports Club. We actually share it with the ground with Al Rabi, our second game. So technically, our second game is an away game, but we're not going to play it away because we're going to play it right here where we play today. And yeah, nice little stadium. No real seating. It looks like there's a bit of seating there. Of course, there's no street view anyway. I don't know what that is. I think that's a pool. I think that's a little six-a-side game. This looks like there's a tennis court there as well. There's a medical clinic here, or athletic club here rather, not a medical clinic. And we're on the King Khalid Road with some training pitches there. There is another little stadium that I saw here, which just says playground, and this has seating. So I wondered if this was the where we play. It says reserve football pitch. So maybe we actually play here and not here. But I don't know. We play between these two. Where we're playing. We've got a nice mark there and a nice mosque just outside as well. Another little football pitch there. Anyway, that's where we're heading in our second game, our first game as well, because we're playing at home. And this is the team that is going to start against Al Masara. I am going to go for a strong team. I want to have a good long cup run. We've never been past the third round of the competition. So I'm hoping that we can win this game and get past the third round of the competition, because that would be absolutely lovely. It really, really would. So let's go to the game. We've got 4 in goals: Faraj, Boghama, De La Torre, and Najem on the left. Abdullah and Al Abbas in the midfield. Al Harthi, Rashad, Al Dasari, and Ahmed. And you know what? I'm actually going to bring on Sek. He is recovering from an injury. Should be monitored. Al Najem also can come back from his injury. We will keep him monitored. This is opportunity for Sek to get a goal or two and try and kickstart his career at Al Namj. We start off deep in our half. I throw in for Al Masara. They're trying to bring it forward. They've given the ball away to Al Harthi. He's got bodies forward, and one of them is Rashad with him. Ahmed brings it back to Sek. Sek bringing it forward, easily run through, brings in Rashad. And that's a great save from the goalkeeper. But that's the kind of counter-attacking football that we are looking at producing. No, back post header, and he gets pushed. He did get pushed. He did indeed. There is VAR in the King's Cup. So the referee is running all the way to the monitor and wasting everybody's time when we know he's just going to award a penalty. So just do it, ref. I mean, let's face it. Like, I don't think I've ever seen, maybe once, where they run to the monitor and don't give a penalty. Yeah, it's something Football Manager needs to fix there, because that's really just annoying, to be honest. Ahmed will step up, and Ahmed will put it straight down the middle. That's his 4th goal of the season. That's actually his 2nd penalty of the season. Only scored 2 goals from open play. The other 2 have been penalties. As of right now, it is 1-0. Thick with the free kick, looking for Al Abbas. Can't find him, and Al Dasari will take that out. Not sure what our player was doing. He just decided to stop running. And now they're going to bring it out through the back. With Hosso, Salah, loses out to Boghama. Al Abbas, Rashad. The referee getting in the way. Sek is through. Ahmed with the shot, and that is a goal from open play. It's 2-0. Ahmed, Sek gets an assist. That is absolutely brilliant. I thought Sek might have shot it here by himself. He had so much space. He didn't need to pass it, and he just tapped it in. Kind of put Ahmed in a bit of a weird position. But it'll count. It's a goal. It's a goal. From the goal kick, they've given it away. Sek running forward. Gets pulled down in the box. Referee says not a penalty. Al-Baki will try and clear it for them. Salah to Zaid. This is a good little counter press from them. But they've given the ball away. Poor passing in the end. Al-Harthi runs past his man like he wasn't even there. Sick. That's going to bring it in, and there we go. Asane Sick gets his first goal of the season. That's exactly the reason we brought him into the squad today against low opposition, was to try and kickstart his career in Al Nanja. And that is an absolute wonder goal. Terrible goalkeeping, must be said, though. He got a bit lucky, but you know what? It counts. It counts for distributing it to Bughama. Abdullah. Al-Harth. Nicely done. Gets dispossessed, though. And now they're countering back on us. Al-Baki. Bakawi, I guess. Goes deep. Headers it down. Hausau scores that. Referee's got his finger in his ear, asking if that's offside. Our players are asking if it's offside. I think it might have been offside. It is offside. Fall gets away with that one because that was some terrible goalkeeping from Fall, to be completely honest. I mean, it was super close. It was super close. Getting beaten at your near post like that is always just humiliating, isn't it? Half time here. It is 3-0. We're looking good. I am going to make one swap. Sick is looking absolutely buggered out there. He has played well. We're going to give Daniel Torres a little bit of a run on that left-hand side. Elsewhere, Al-Faraj is also looking really, really tired. I am going to bring Al-Shamarni to play in the midfield and bring Abbas to the right-hand side. We've done that swap a few times in the past already. They're both just looking super tired on there, and I think the game is pretty much done and dusted. We've got another corner, 62 minutes in, near post. De La Torre brings it back. Can't find his man, but Salah will bring it out for them. Looking for options, and we do like to press a little bit more than we should, I'll be honest with that. But I like the way our players get forward. It does leave a little bit of gaps, but when you have guys like El Abbas and Bughama in the defense, we've got the pace to outpace the opposition. Abdullah Al-Abbas with his cross was poor. You can see how quickly he gets back into position. Al-Shamari for them. Finds Ali with some space on that left-hand side. Finds the gap. Muhammad Ali. Yep, that's his name. Muhammad Ali scores the goal for Al-Masira. It was a great pass and a great run from Muhammad Ali. I'm going to say his name fully because we have to. And Sheikh Fall again. Questions over the type of goalkeeper that he actually is. I still think he's a good goalkeeper. I still think he needs to adapt a little bit better. We're going to make some swaps. Our defense are absolutely destroyed out there. Del Torre can come off for Mandal. Playing as fullbacks, it really does run the players down a little bit. And then up front, I think Rashad has run his race. We'll bring on Al Dasari. Another one to play there. Is that really another one? Oh, that's the one we always have, yeah. That's fine. He can come play in the middle. I was wondering, I didn't have a fourth one. I remember we took off Sek. We put on Sek for him. Al-Shamarni, Al1, taking the corner. Shamarani going to Torres. Al-Abbas. The subs haven't happened yet. And it's going to happen now after that. They try to play the ball through the middle. We've picked up position in Bughama. Looking for Al-Shamarni. Bughama to Abdullah. Al-Harthi. He's got Al-Dasari ahead of him. Bughama. Madhal. Torres. Al-Shamarni. Back to Torres. Abdullah. Beautiful ball all over the top to Al-Harthi. Goes into the back post. Torres is there. Daniel Torres has scored his maiden goal. I think it's actually his first professional goal as well, because he's still a youth player technically. Al-Harthi with a beautiful little cross here. Both of our left-sided foot strikers, attacking midfielders, scoring goals. That's a beautiful little loop header from Torres, making it 4-1 now. We're looking good. We're looking good in the King's Cup. It wasn't supposed to be so dramatic, to be honest. Al Nanjam gives it straight to their opposition on the throw. That was a terrible throw. Bughama will bring it back from the center line. Abdullah looking for options in the box. Has many players in the box. Can't get the cross. Al Abbas can, though. Looking for Ahmed on the back post. Torres with a thunderous strike. Get in, Daniel Torres. Well, he was a player that I was thinking of probably letting go because he's taking up an international slot. But with strikes like that and finishing like that, I mean, you might have just saved your spot in Al Najma, I guess. Al Shmarni. Abdullah. Trying to bring it forward. Al Shamarni back to Al Nanjem. Looking for Ahmed on the back post. Could have been number 6. He still has it though. And Al Harthi still has it. He brings in Al Abbas to play on the back post. Al Abbas with the shot hits the crossbar. Torres will recycle. Torres finds Al Nanjem. They're still going. Al Abbas will try again. Abdullah. One of you shoot. Takes the shot. Took a deflection. Out for a corner. Al Nanjem with that shot, and he's going to go take the corner. Our left back, probably the best corner to kick taker in the squad. Goes for Al Abbas, can't find Al Abbas. We'll try again. This time looking for Torres, but he is offside, so it won't count. Well, with just 2 minutes, or 1 minute left on the clock, there is going to be one last highlight for Al Masara. Just blow the whistle, ref. You really don't need to drag this on any longer than you deserve. Halsal looking to try and pull one back, make it 5-2 if they can. Salah took a deflection. I think it took a deflection off one of our guys. It is going to be an own goal from Saeed Al-Shamrani. I mean, we should have cleared our lines a little bit better, I guess. But, I mean, you can't blame him for the own goal. It was just a wicked deflection. Yeah. I'm not going to blame him, but that's it. It's the end of the game. Look at that. 20 shots in this game. 66 possession. XG of 2.55. Out XG'd ourselves. Al-Harthi, man of the match after his 2 assists. Sik picked up an assist as well and a goal. Torres picked up 2 goals. Ahmed picked up 2 goals. What a fantastic little run out. We'll see you guys in a few days' time against our arch rivals in Al Arabi. Right, guys, we're back for our match against our arch rivals in Al Arabi. It is a away game, but we obviously played the same center stage. Same team that beat Al Masari 4-5-2 in that last game is going to start. Only change on the bench. Al Shamani is suspended for this game, so Al Amari will come in there. We don't really have another DM that can play there. You know what? Actually, Emil can kind of play there. I'll bring Emil in to play there. Maybe he can find a new calling as a DM at some point in this game. Let's go take him on. So we're about 15 minutes into the game. I didn't mention the log, so I'm quickly going to mention that. We're currently 8 or 9 points behind 4th place, which is a playoff promotion. We're sitting in 12th place. A victory here would be absolutely fantastic for us. Of course, our goal this season is a mid-table. Try and build up a foundation of players and squad. And then try and push to get to the Saudi Pro League. That is a great ball for Ahmed to come through. Gets fouled in the box, but Al-Harthi is there to pick up the pieces. 1-0, 30 minutes in. We've drawn the first strike. Al-Harthi with a fantastic strike. It was Sek who played this beautiful ball through for Ahmed. Just didn't have the pace to keep up with the defense. A good last-ditch tackle. But the ball fell perfectly into Al-Harthi's position. And that was a beautiful, beautiful finish from our attacking midfielder. Corner from Al-Najem, looking for Al-Faraj. Can't find Al-Faraj. Gets Ogodojo instead. And long, long ball. Al-Najim. Finding Al-Abbas. De La Torre. Al-Abbas. Al-Harthi. Sik. Sik comes through. Cuts inside. It is 2-0. It is Saif Rashad with his 5th goal of the season. Maybe we don't need a striker. Maybe we can just score all the goals with an attacking midfielder. I think that'll be better. Well, we're sitting at halftime, 2-0 up, 7 points off promotion as it stands. We're looking good. We're looking absolutely good. A lot of yellow cards, though. It does make me a little bit worried. We've been a bit too aggressive in this derby. They haven't had any yellow cards. It is something to keep an eye out. Basically, our whole front 5 Well, 6, I guess. You can call the DMs. I don't think Abbas is a striker. Top striker, and Abdul doesn't have the yellow card. But we've got to keep an eye on that. I'm not going to make swaps. Going to risk it a little bit. What I am actually going to do is take off the get stuck in. I don't even have, I do have it on. Take that off just to prevent future yellow cards. We've got to throw in here with Al Faraj. Looking for Al Hathi. Back to Al Faraj. Looking for Ahmed at the back post. And Ahmed gets his 6th goal of the season. He's getting in there. He's getting in there. That is a beautiful finish. Al Faraj. Back to Al Hathi. Beautiful little crossover. Ahmed on the back post. And a beautiful, beautiful finish. Let's make some swaps. 64 minutes in. 3-0 up. We don't need to risk anymore. Al Hathi has run his race. We'll get him out of there. I'll bring on Daniel Torres. We'll swap second Torres around there. Elsewhere, Al Abbas has run his course. Emil Lego, time to shine as the ball-winning midfielder. Let's see if you've got what it takes to be the biscuit. I don't know where I was going with that. Elsewhere, Al Faraj also looking a little bit tired. I'm going to bring on Hakimi to play on the right-hand side. Can sort of play on the right. So we'll let him just have a run out there just to keep some fresh legs in the mix. Elsewhere, De La Torre can also come off for Mandahali to play there. I think we're good for now. Corner from Al Nanjam. Goes to the near post. Can't find his man. Now they can bring it forward with Al Hathi. He's not any intention of getting the ball forward. I mean, you're 3-0 down. You might as well go for it. Darisi trying to bring it forward for them. He's going for it. Ball. I mean, my brother, what were you doing? That was some dodgy goalkeeping if I've ever seen that in my life. Look at that. Oh, Paul, what are you doing, mate? That was horrible. Oh, my goodness. You had opportunity to keep a clean sheet, Fall, and you go and do that. They got a bit back into the game in the second half, but we had shut the game out by the time the subs came on. We've picked up 2 victories on the road, which is absolutely fantastic. It puts us into 10th position. Like I said, just 7 points now behind Abba in 4th and Najran in 3rd. So top 3 get automatic promotion. 4th has to play the team that comes 4th last in the Saudi Pro League for promotion. But our aim is mid-table. That is where we want to be. We can then build on that foundation. That is the plan, at least for now. I mean, things can change. Things can most definitely change. In terms of when we're coming back, Al Faya, we've been drawn to play them in the 4th round. They are a Saudi pro team. They're 8th in the Saudi league currently, challenging for a top 4 continental finish. It's going to be a cracker, I think. I'm excited for this one. And then we'll see what else comes after that. Well, folks, that's all the time we have today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all that beautiful, beautiful things. Let's get back into the algorithms. Let's see, the numbers have dropped a little bit. We can get back into the algorithms. It is a beautiful, amazing Pentagon challenge. Brand new team. Hopefully, we can propel them to the Asian Champions League, because that's what we're want to win. And I think, and I don't want to say this too early, but I feel like if we can build a decent enough squad this season and next season, we could be getting into the Champions League maybe in the next 3 to 4 seasons. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I think we've got a good enough tactic. I think we've got a good enough team to go into a higher position. Maybe 1 or 2 signings just to solidify the backups as well, because we just don't have any backup players, which is a bit of a problem, but it's fine. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Your boy, the Vaslap, is out of here. Peace and chicken grease.